Boston Market is a chain of fast casual restaurants that opened in 1985. Thank you for your suggestion.
That's where it is.
What happened?
Honey, what about dinner?
I'm already out the door.
This is like camping.
There you go.
How about some food worth slowing down for? Like the $11.99 meal deal, a whole chicken, 4 regular sides, 3 cornbread, and a 2-liter Coke. And try one of our scrumptious new desserts starting at 99 cents. Boston Market. Slow down.
The founders, Arthur Coors and Stephen Kolo, were residents of Boston and graduates of the city's Northeastern University. The pair was looking to start their own business, and Coors had managed a grocery store and catering company, while Kolo's experience was in real estate, with the former working with food and the latter knowing about real estate locations and purchases. Building a restaurant chain seemed like a natural fit. Their idea was to provide food that was as fresh and healthy as they served in those stores, but delivered as fast food with the price considerably closer to that of fast food. In 1985, the founders rented an empty store in Newton, bought rotisseries to roast the chickens, collected recipes for side items like mashed potatoes, garden vegetables, and cornbread, and opened the first Boston Chicken Store. The store was a runaway success. Word of mouth led to articles in the Boston Globe, and the line extended well out the door. In 1989, George Nadaff, who had opened the first Kentucky Fried Chicken store in the Boston area, checked out Boston Chicken. He kept coming back because he loved not just the food, but also the restaurant model and wanted to acquire the company to grow it into multiple locations. Nadaff persisted in wanting to buy the business, so while previously unwilling to sell out, Coors and Kolo believed in Nadaff and ultimately sold him the company. Nadaff kept Coors on to help run New Boston Chicken Inc., while Kolo maintained control of the original Newton's restaurant. By 1991, the average Boston chicken store was making $800,000 a year. At this time, Syed Nadir, a Blockbuster Video executive, followed Nadaff's pattern, seeing the line coming out of the Boston chicken store. Impressed, he and his Blockbuster partner, Scott Beck, bought the chain, and by the end of 1992, there were 217 stores throughout the United States, making $154 million a year. At this point, the company's headquarters was moved from its namesake city to Golden, Colorado, where Beck had also moved. In 1995, the name was changed to Boston Market to reflect the fact that the stores now sold other meats as main courses, including turkey, ham, and meatloaf. In 1995, Boston Chicken created the Einstein Brothers Bagels chain of bakery cafes after acquiring several smaller chains of bagel-centric bakeries. In 1996, the chain launched a line of sandwiches known as Boston Carver sandwiches that feature chicken, turkey, ham, and meatloaf, and in 1997, due to the success of the new line, the Extreme Carver sandwiches were launched, filled with more portions of above meats and more cheese than the originals. By the mid-1990s, Boston Market was a booming brand, a pioneer of what we know now as fast casual landscape. People flocked to its homey meals. Its signature rotisserie chickens seemed fresh, even healthful, in an era of Snackwell cookies and healthy choice frozen dinners. By the spring of 1997, the company had over 1,100 restaurants and over $1 billion in annual sales. But the attempt to expand into the international market stretched it too thin, and a great deal of debt was raised to finance this effort. The rapid expansion had allowed the company to create a steady stream of revenue from one-time development fees and increasing royalties, but it also raised interest rates on its development loans. In October of 1998, the company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and nearly 400 stores would be closed. McDonald's bought Boston Market in May of 2000 for $173 million. With the McDonald's business team behind it, Boston Market was able to rebound and had started selling some of its items as frozen food packages in supermarkets, seemingly a contradiction of the original owner's message. In 2007, with the number of restaurants stabilized at over 500, McDonald's sold the company to Sun Capital Partners. By 2015, it had 452 stores and was doing over $600,000 in annual revenue. The restaurant chain began to suffer financially after that. In 2019, the chain closed 45 stores as part of the transformation plan that included adding new chicken sandwiches to the menu. Between 2017 and 2022, the restaurant chain closed 161 stores. Stores counts declined, going from 461 at the end of 2017 to 300 at the end of 2022. The Rohan Group bought the chain from a private equity firm in 2020. Jay Pandya, the Rohan Group's owner, was a franchisee at chains including Pizza Hut and Checkers, who had a history of being sued. In fact, the lawsuits followed. Pandya promised to turn the brand's fortunes around and open new stores. Instead, locations around the country began shuttering by the dozens, with landlords claiming unpaid rent and a fresh barrage of lawsuits and investigations over overdue bills and wages. In 2022, New Jersey's issued a stop work order for 27 locations over failure to pay workers. After the company paid $630,000 in back wages, they were allowed to reopen in the state, though it isn't clear how many actually did. In 2023, Massachusetts labor officials fined the chain for late payments to employees. Boston Market's Colorado headquarters was seized. The biggest blow came in the form of a lawsuit from U.S. supplier U.S. Foods over unpaid bills, in which a judge in January ordered Boston Market to pay $15 million. Aside from the lawsuits, why was Boston Market chain closing so many stores? For one, after distinguishing itself in the 1990s as a cut above fast food, it attempted to compete with those brands by holding its costs down, a move that ultimately led to a reduction in quality, which only undercut it further. Grocery stores too cut into Boston Market's business as they began adding rotisserie chickens to their expanding prepared meal aisles. Essentially, Boston Market became a victim of its own success. After helping to popularize the roasted whole chickens, in some cases introducing the concept to consumers, the chain eventually saw the likes of Costco serve up the same things for far cheaper. Eventually, though, the chain's all-American homestyle fare, often served in family-sized portions, fell out of step with tastes. Diners were drawn to ultra-customizable bowls at Chipotle and varied menu at Panera Bread, two leaders in the market, now infiltrated by chains offering healthier options and global flavors such as Sweetgreen. Now, only a couple dozen or so remain. A report this month by Restaurant Business put the number at 27, with more closures in the future. So what do you remember about this place? Leave a comment or a suggestion for a future video below. And if you haven't already, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.
Bringing back memories from the good old days. That's super cool, man.